I won't say what company you work for, but he is in pool and like pool accessory sales. He's the Hank Hill of pools.
Mm-hmm. I'll sell pool and pool accessories.
We've gotten really far so far.
Yeah, I mean, we are a lot of people with ADHD, so we get very distracted.
It's fair.
Amanda, what was your character's name?
Razdaz.
From the old Raz.
And you're Dragonborn?
No, she's a changeling.
Oh, you're a changeling too. So
Oh, yeah. I forgot you were a changeling. So, I mean, we have 2 changelings. Well, Tim, since you already told us what you're playing, why don't you introduce your character?
Sure, I am playing Nikatas, the Custos of Justice. So I'm a changeling bard slash rogue slash wizard who is a detective for whatever the Justice Department is in ancient Greece.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
So
Damn Fed boy, get out of here.
So I got like a Rorschach type of face, so I never really keep a consistent face. It's usually more like Rorschach in nature, always changing, and I always just change my face to whatever suits the mood.
Nice.
Do you just like judge people's reactions to gauge if they're guilty or not based on your face?
Oh no, we believe in the court system and bringing people in for trial.
But wait, if this is ancient Greece, though, if they are guilty, you do have a firm belief that even if it's just minor petty theft, it is always death, correct?
Yeah, but
It is always death. There is no in between.
But for the detective Nikatas, he's not much of a fighter or brawler, so he's very much a detective investigation, send the guards after the guy to kill him.
Tim, have you ever seen the movie A Scanner Darkly?
No, I haven't.
You should at least like look it up on YouTube, because I didn't remember you mentioning the like ever-changing face. Like I remember the Rorschach kind of blankness. Number one, Keanu Reeves is the main character, so that's a selling point right there. But they are like, his character is like similar to Nikatas, like an investigator type person, and they have these suits where their entire body is just always changing. It's like random people's body parts.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah,
I'll look it up now.
yeah, so that's kind of the image I get, but like less so.
So they were high-tech police surveillance, and I am low-tech magic surveillance.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Basically the same thing.
I think I have one attacking spell, and everything else is encounter social.
Perfect.
Oh
so,
man.
He tries to avoid combat at all costs because he's a little weakling. He just likes
He's a
to...
bard wizard rogue. He's got like 4 hit points.
Oh yeah, I'm 530.
Hey, now this is 5th edition. We're not talking about 3rd edition.
Wow.
Just a squishy little guy.
Do I not have it?
You have 30
No,
hit
that's
points
why I
at
was
level
saying
6?
everybody needs to make a character. That's why we're...
That is correct.
Wow. Okay.
I just
Okay.
finished mine like 2 seconds ago.
I'm gonna just click random.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
generated.
don't worry.
Click
Awesome.
random.
All right, so Nate's randomly generating his character now.
Sure.
Amazing.
So whoever's next.
I am playing a Warforged Artificer, and I just generated my name, Kontos. My backstory is a mystery to me, so still, because I haven't thought of it yet.
So 2 out of 2 Warforged in Hammer of the Gods don't know anything about who they are.
Well, this one shot is actually all amnesia, so I need you to fill that out for us.
That's the real mystery here.
Hey, that's how our crossover ended, right? Everybody's in amnesia.
It's true. That's true. Except Athos.
Except for Athos.
All right. Speaking of Athos.
Wait, did you say your name was Long Toast?
Like, so think of like like the Pokemon, Kantos. It's a group of Pokemon, like the original.
level?
Oh,
The
like the
region.
region.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the region. Sorry.
Yeah.
Kantos. Got it.
I mean, maybe your character just can't hear very well, and he just calls him long toast.
Yeah, I don't have ears, so it does make it very difficult to hear things. I'm a horrible detective.
And yet somehow Amanda's changeling hears everything.
I do have 19 passive investigation and 17 passive perception. So I hear and see everything.
That is ridiculous. I've only seen one other character who is similar to that on the passive, and it is very frustrating as a DM to just be like, oh, I guess you don't have to roll, you just do it. Cool.
19.
My passive perception's
I
16
thought mine
for
was
this
decent,
character.
and it's 13,
I don't
so
know.
I'm fine.
I never look at that.
But I also have 30 HP.
Yeah.
Right, that's fair. That's fair.
You have to go
So,
with that.
we're starting off with
I
combat
know what's
immediately.
going on, but I'm gonna die immediately.
I don't know what you just said. What?
Oh, I just said. I didn't look at mine, but
Oh, okay.
I guess it's high.
Your passive investigation 17.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm playing Demos, a lizard folk monk, a Way of Drunken Master monk. I don't want to get too much into my backstory, but I'll tell you that something truly strange happened to me. I was turned into a toad for 1 week. And I also learned how to laugh. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, and I'm a cloistered scholar. So, yeah, that's Demos.
And that was C and K, by the way, in that order, as far as like people who are playing those characters.
Oh, yeah, real
What I know
names
so
suck.
far is that there's some people here, and they're playing some things.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect. I'm an anomaly.
I just work for the government. And
Oh, so Tim, you and I had talked about the NPC who travels with you. Unless you just really, really want to also voice him, I just figured I would like play as him.
Oh no, you you can have full reign.
Okay, so
But I imagine the guy I walk with though doesn't really speak much. I'm more smart and sneaky and investigative. He's more just dumb, bulky, strong with muscles.
well, so he's kind of a talker, not like ridiculous amounts, but he has opinions about a lot of things. And his name is Bion the Judicious. He calls himself that. That's not actually like part of his name. He just calls himself Bion the Judicious, which is going to be great because I already can't say it.
Yeah, I feel like I hate him already. Bion the Judicious with opinions. Got it.
Yeah, he is a dwarf cleric.
Dwarf. Ooh.
Yeah. And he is a cleric of Astrea, the Greek goddess of justice. Which I realize that Dike is also kind of a justice goddess, but
I think they work in parallel.
yeah. Or are competing, one of the two. I feel like it's a very like lethal weapon, if you've seen that film series type of relationship.
I'm Danny Glover, right?
Obviously. Too old for all of this shit. Ready for retirement.
Ready to put this face to rest.
Secretly, you've not been a changeling this entire time. You just had a spell cast on you.
I'm just cursed.
All right, so Nate, what do you got for us? Your random character.
Yeah. Very fast, I know. Pretty simple. Just gonna. I am a human barbarian, and I am a criminal though. So, not to say, but I do. You know, I'm the type of criminal where I always help with my family, so I like believe that's like a mafia type thing. So we're gonna roll with that. You know,
Hey, this
I'm
is...
not very smart.
So does human fighter criminal have a name?
Barbarian.
Vaso Barris.
Yeah. What is it?
Vaso Barris. That's what I'm choosing. Because
Okay.
it's nice and
Also
short.
embarrassed. I love
I
it.
wrote your name down as Human Barbarian.
That's you know what? We might as well just go with that right now.
Or, I mean, if we're talking to Bion, it's just criminal scum.
Halt! You violated the law.
I feel like this is going to start with us arresting Vero.
Yes.
He-Man for
Actually,
Okay.
I kind of like that. That's not how I plan to start it, but yes, absolutely.
Oh jeez.
So, to kind of set the scene, this takes place in New Alexandria. For the in-person players, we are in the city of Maida. So this is where Jonas got manhandled by the Way of the Drunken Monk guy, Elias. So, yeah, it was that one. And then where you guys also found the baby griffins, like in the mountains.
I took the regular one.
Maida is known as kind of a trade city. It is a city famous for its wine and its grapes. It also happens to be the current host for the Olympic Games. And so everyone is basically, with the exception of probably Nikitas and Bayan, in town for the games in some way or another. You know, whether it is to watch or participate or, you know, sell their wares, whatever the case may be. And Nikitas, I mean, do you have anything in mind, like what brought you here?
Oh yeah, it's definitely the Olympic Games brought me here. So for the games, right? It's a huge ordeal. So
Absolutely.
I believe I was sent here to kind of be like a cop or like a warden of some sort to make sure that the games are moral, just, and ethical.
So you have like robes that say staff on them?
Yeah, definitely. Securitas.
Amazing.
Actually, you know what? I imagine like my face has the words Securitas across it. Like that. That's the shape my face is making.
Or you just are like shirtless, just like the bottom half covered. And you've got like a little Securitas badge.
Basically, I'm making it very known I'm a cop.
Perfect. And I mean, Bayan goes around introducing himself as the judicious, so he's not really being secretive either. So, you two, do you have anything in mind for what brings you to the city?
Yeah. So I knew there would be a large crowd here, and I'm a trauma survivor. And so my trauma has something to do with large crowds, and I'm facing my fear.
Okay.
Nice.
Off the top of my head, guess Contos maybe here to bet on some competitions and make some money for to fund some of his inventions.
Okay. Human
Well,
barbarian.
would we have some offers for you? So Vaso is actually part of a little bit of an entourage, one of the, tough-looking little goons that the head honcho guy is coming in to town to make some illegal bets and tell some certain athletes to take a dive. We're making our way downtown.
Walking fast.
I know, walking fast.
I'll be seeing you later.
Yeah, just protecting who I need to protect right now, and yeah, if anybody screws with my guys, I'm ready to screw them up. So yeah.
All right. So, Razdaz, what brings you to the city?
So Raz's background is an interest in anthropology. She's really interested in other cultures and other people. So she's just really excited to get out and like see all the people that are coming for these games.
Okay.
And also every time she sees an interesting feature on a race that she's not used to, she's going to mimic it.
But it's definitely not cultural appropriation.
No.
It's just appreciation.
No. Right, it's appreciation. And also it's not like the whole face of a dragonborn, like it's just like one ear. So she just looks like a nightmare all the time.
These are hodgepodge of races.
And I mean, realistically, most D&D worlds, changelings don't really have their own society, so you're just trying to find a place to fit in.
She's just really interested in like anything that she finds interesting. She has the adept linguist feature, so if I stay around people of like a certain culture or language for a day, then I can pick up on some of it. So
Nice.
So I'm gonna try and do that as much as possible.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Okay, so I am going to continue to set the scene. As you all are making your way through town, you notice that the crowd is headed towards the stadium. Not all of the events take place in the main stadium, but there's currently some big stuff going down. You see lined up a group of runners of various races.
My money's on the cat person.
Kind of the standouts and for the betting types, the ones kind of favored to win are a female dragonborn who is trying to lace up her sandals kind of clumsily, but as soon as she gets them laced up, you see that she's very graceful. She's just a little clumsy. Off sort of to the side, there are some shady-looking characters who seem to be possibly placing some bets or at least organizing them. And how do you describe, what was it, Varus?
Vaso Barris.
Vaso.
Barris.
Just call you Varric.
Sure. Sure, just do that.
This is not Avatar.
Do the thing.
Everything is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Jeez.
Always.
So Vaso's just this, a little bit taller, but a little lankier guy, but he's got a few weapons on him. Looks a little beat up, a little older and whatnot, but especially in his business, it's always the older guys you have to worry about because it's a young man's game. So
Okay.
He's looking around, and talking to his boss, maybe what they should do clearly about that front runner, if maybe she needs to take a dive or not.
Okay. So, Raz, where would you find yourself in this crowd?
Probably wherever the most boisterous section was. I don't know. I'd be like cheering and wherever the loudest people are.
Okay. I would say probably where the gambling's going on, there would be a lot of noisy people.
Yeah, that probably sounds right.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be gambling, just really excited to be watching the gambling.
Okay.
Just edging people on.
So are you like kind of off to the side, like watching from a little ways away, or are you staying kind of in the center of the action?
I mean, not like in the center, but like pretty close.
Okay. Tim, were you starting to say something?
Yeah, well, I want to envision, I see all this betting going on, and betting in itself isn't immoral, right? But I do want to go around checking everybody's weapons, making sure that they check them in at the gate, putting a little blue tag and zip ties on them. So I walk over to Vast and I'm like, excuse me, sir, did you check your weapons in?
Yeah, they said they were all perfectly fine and very good weapons. Thank you.
Well, with these excellent eyesight of mine, I can see that you're not telling the truth. So maybe they fell off. I'll give you the benefit, and I zip tie them down again and put a blue tag. So you're all good to go.
Is it just like a blue little ribbon?
Yeah. It's just been checked.
Are they from the games, or did you bring the ribbons with you from home?
I definitely brought them with me. They're custom. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, you get them from work.
It's got the little Nike swoosh.
Yeah,
That's my symbol.
it's your office supplies. You bring those from the office. And Bion's just like,
Amazing.
this little dwarf is holding a box full of these ribbons, and he's quoting these different laws. Like Section C-37. It is illegal to carry a weapon at the Olympic Games without a ribbon. And just he rambles on about this. Just clearly no one is listening to him, not even his partner. And he's just listing off these laws in detail.
Vaso and his goons are just kind of peacefully snickering as they're hearing this go by, just like, can you believe this fucking shit? Watch him try something.
All right.
So Demos is probably on the outskirts of this. I'm just like having this pep talk with myself, doing this whole like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Like I kind of want to go gamble, but there's a lot of people there, and I'm trying to make my way over there. Like I would love to bet, but I'm too shy to put myself out there.
So I'm just gonna put this out there. He already reminds me of like deeper voiced grown up Butters.
Oh yeah.
Like, hey guys.
I want to bet.
Hey guys, I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
I might be interested in making a bet, but I'm still like really far out. Nobody can hear me saying this.
Right. You're just talking to yourself.
Yeah, like this 2 steps forward, 1 step back is very slow.
It's like a slow dance with yourself.
Absolutely.
So I imagine Kontos is kind of walking around, finding out who are the favored people to win, just speaking to various crowds and kind of blending in, listening in on conversations, and probably walks up to one of Vassos.
Yep.
Walks up to one of Vassos' goons or associates and places a bet on one of the favored candidates.
You should definitely place it on that Dragonborn.
To win or to lose?
To win.
Oh. That's funny. I was just talking to someone else, and, they favor this other candidate named...
Well, they're clearly going to lose.
You seem very confident. So
I am.
I wager on another candidate named Theseus, and then secretly maybe go to another betting group and wager money against the Dragonborn.
Against?
Against, okay.
Against, since they're the favorite, but the way he was talking made me very suspicious and distressed.
Right. I'm just clarifying, like, are you trying to bet for them to win or for them to lose?
Oh, for them to lose.
Okay. Gotcha. Just the way it was worded, I wasn't clear.
She doesn't trust good old Vaso. Come on.
Can't imagine why. The shady character who just got questioned seems legit.
All of the betting will be done by the time Demos makes it over.
So, Demos, you are like, I imagine, finally building up the confidence and heading over there as you hear, on your mark, set, and you see the runners all take off.
I missed it again.
And you see one of the goons is just like, all right, bets are off.
Oh, it's another loss for old Demos.
And Nikitas, when you hear this, I mean, I know you said gambling in itself is not necessarily illegal, but do you have any kind of reaction?
No, I guess I'm just scanning the crowd and making sure that as the race goes off, nobody is interfering. So I think I'm actively looking to see if anyone is doing any incantations, anybody is looking suspicious, because I believe in a fair race.
Okay. So as you are passively investigating, you don't notice any foul play in this race.
Okay. I still have my notepad out and I'm taking notes as they go.
Fair. Bion is still just rambling on now about Olympic laws.
I walk over to Bion and I'm like, listen, Bion, never mistake law for justice. Justice isn't ideal, and law is just a tool. And I think it's profound to him, I think.
He looks up at you and says, well, that might be what Daiki teaches, but Estrella definitely is a stickler for the letter of the law.
I guess we'll just have our differences then.
Aye, that we will.
And then I take a ribbon and put it on his weapons.
As he already has like 3 ribbons on his weapon.
It calms him down.
He does not notice at all.
How close am I to like watching the race if I was near the bedding?
So if you were near the
Can I see
bedding,
it clearly?
so not quite clearly, you can still kind of make it out through the crowd, but you're not close enough to see exactly like what's going on or who's winning.
Like further than 60 feet into the crowd, like from the runners.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, just wondering. No reason at all.
That seems legit. All right. So, as this race concludes, and the crowd is kind of just making their way, kind of shuffling about before the next event, you all suddenly hear a scream from around the stands, kind of like underneath in the shaded area.
I rush over to find out what's going on.
Okay.
We'll never see eye to eye, but we have one thing in common. When we need to, it's all about justice and morality, and someone's in danger, we have to go find out what's going on.
He's already like
Show your badge.
he's already like 10 steps ahead of you, but he runs slower, so you catch up to him really quickly.
We gotta hurry up, go. Like pushing him along with his little dwarf feet.
And he's just like, they don't call me the judicious for nothing. I'm just a little slow, okay?
No, they call you Bion the Bootylicious. And I think it's funny and I laugh.
He secretly chuckles, but almost inaudible. Alright. What's everybody else doing?
If I can hear it, I'll go over just out of curiosity.
Okay. Like casually, or are you kind of...
Oh yeah, casually. I'm not like in any rush.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder what that is. Sounds like someone's in trouble. And I'm gonna make my way over there. But if there's too many people, I'm definitely gonna question getting close.
Would you say it's fair that Nikitas and Bion got there first, just because of our reaction and perceptions?
I would say so. I mean, Bion probably gets there like 30 seconds after you.
Okay, and I was saying when I first get there, the first thing I do is I cast Minor Illusion, and I put caution tape up around the whole crowd scene.
Perfect. Contest.
Amazing.
Oh gosh. I imagine Kantos hears the scream and with like so I have a high passive investigation. Do I notice people that are moving toward
Oh, I
this
mean,
direction?
you definitely see what looks like 2 cops.
Okay.
Just booking it.
Okay. So I see the direction they're heading, and I automatically would like to look around to see people heading away. See if I can notice anything weird or someone heading out of that direction. It looks odd.
Okay. What did you say your passive investigation was?
17.
Okay. I know you are in your goon thuggery, but does Vaso respond to this scream at all?
Well, the way he responds is he kind of looks over to his guys and he's just like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna be on the back end of this, but as people are kind of looking on, kind of looking to see what the hell's going on. I'm gonna see if maybe there's any stragglers I might be able to swing back and just say, hey, you didn't pay enough of your bets and you owe a little bit more."
Okay.
So.
And
So
one of the,
I go looking for some stragglers who are trying to quote unquote investigate as there's so much chaos going over to there. So
and as you're like leaving the betting area, one of the younger guys is like, the boss didn't say anything about a hit. This wasn't us.
Who cares if it was a hit? You know, let's take advantage of the situation.
Yeah, and he's like the rookie of the group.
Exactly. So I'm the older guy, and I'm
Right.
just like, it's like, just trust me on this. Make a few extra coins on this. You know, boss will be happy.
It's like, all right, well, I guess I'll follow you.
So I'm gonna go out and just scan to see if maybe there's either any things maybe being. First, I'll check to see if there's anything left on the ground, you know, or just like people dropping stuff. But then also just see who's on the straggler side. If there's any easier targets, just be like, "Hey, buddy, I saw you making bets over here," you know, type thing.
Okay. So as you start to make your way over, you find like bits of food that have been dropped from the stands above.
Then we're going the hard way.
Yeah. Nothing seems to strike you as being of value, anything that might have been dropped. But you do see a lizard folk kind of standing off to the side, looking a little bit nervous.
I go up to this lizard folk and I'm just like, "How you doing there, bud? You don't need to be looking nervous here. Everything's fine. But I will say, you know, I think I might need to help you out here because I think you're a little down on your bets right now."
I didn't get to make a bet.
I don't know about that. You seem a little nervous about it. Why don't we go off to the side here and we can talk about what bets you just placed and what you owe us.
I don't like strangers, and I didn't make any bets. I didn't make it over there. I promise.
You also realize that you're already off to the side.
Yeah. Yeah, my intelligence is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I was just making note of that.
This is very unlike any other character I've ever made. I think we're already on the side, aren't we?
I think we are on the side, but I think you need to come over here first. You know,
You're right next to me.
As I start, I'm going to start nudging him with my little.
I'm inching away.
Nudging him with my great axe here, just like, hey.
Would you say that you would be doing your behavior when you don't know how to respond?
Oh yes, absolutely. You have made me uncomfortable, which triggered an emotional response. So now I'm just like, and like walking away, and I'm like grabbing my mace that's like in my hip, and I'm like, please stay away from me.
So
Do I see this going on over there? Like, do I look them, see them on the side being suspicious?
you are pretty focused on what you're doing. You don't notice anything. Bion's kind of like eyeing the situation a little bit, and he says, "Hey, there's something going on." But I would say you're probably more focused on, you know, the
I got my hands full here. Meanwhile, I have Mage Hand casted, pushing people back.
But I will say, Raz and Kantos, you both see this shady-looking human and this lizard folk who there seems to be almost like, not quite an argument, but something's going on.
I'm laughing hysterically.
Can I tell from where I'm at that who the instigator is, like who the aggressor is?
I mean, what's your passive?
Perception is 13. Insight is 16.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you can definitely tell that the human seems to be, I wouldn't say belligerent, but definitely the instigator here.
Alright. I'm... Yep, Definitely know all my spells, and I'm a professional. I'm going to cast Suppress Emotions at both of them, like around the two of them.
Okay. Can you remind me what that does?
Each humanoid in a 20-foot radius must make a charisma saving throw. They can choose to fail if they wish.
Okay.
Alright, it says it can suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened. it can also make a target indifferent about a creature that it's hostile towards. So I'm going to assume that
fail it.
they're being hostile.
Well, I mean, I would say, because you guys probably don't know that it's happening, I would say go ahead and roll your charisma saves. What's your DC?
I
Well,
fail.
it's well.
16.
I fail. I
Okay.
got a 2.
So
I got a 14.
It's anybody in a 20-foot radius.
okay.
So
I mean,
I don't know who's around them.
they are kind of off to the side, pretty much like by themselves.
Okay.
So basically, Demos, you feel a lot less nervous. You feel more calm. But Vaso, you suddenly kind of lose interest in this bar.
and I'm just kind of starting to see that people are actually noticing this. It kind of surprises me a little bit, that there's people focusing on this on me right now, because I figured I would have perfected this over the years, but I cut my losses. I'm like, you know what? You have a good day there, Smiley. You don't be so nervous next time when making bets. How about that?
I still didn't make a bet, but you too, good buddy.
Okay. And I glad I indifferently walk away. But I kind of shake my head. I'm like, man, I really thought that was an easy target. What can you do? You got to learn in this business to win some and lose some.
So, Raz, do you do anything else when you see this?
No, if I see him walk away, if she looks okay, then I'm going to turn back to where the scream happened.
Okay. Also, because we didn't discuss, are Demos and Kontos...
Demos
Male or
is
female,
actually
or-
a dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Contes is a dude for sure.
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Oh, they're both male.
Sorry.
You are the
Oh,
only female character.
Cool. He seems okay now, so I'm going to go back to where the scream was.
It's okay.
So Vaso, he is going to, as he kind of is teaching the underling a little bit, he's just kind of like, all right, well, we cut our losses on that one because we started getting a little attention. That's what you got to learn on that. It's all good. Let's go see what's going on. You never know what intel you can always learn as well. So we start making our way over to the commotion and whatnot.
Okay.
But also keep a little eye out as well. Just you never know what you might see dangling on somebody's side.
Okay. So, Raz, where are you in terms of the crowd? You said kind of like on the edge of it?
Yeah, if I was going towards the scream, then I would be on the outside of it. I don't want to be in the middle of it. I just kind of want to be nosy and see what's happening.
Okay. And then, Kontos, I mean, you had mentioned wanting to kind of like investigate on the way. So as you're making your way, you're the last one of, the party that's not yet a party to make your way over. And you notice bees just like randomly kind of perched under the stands. It seems like something that the groundskeeper probably wouldn't allow to be, here at the Olympic Stadium. So it kind of strikes you as unusual.
Yeah, kind of creates a buzz in my brain, if you would.
God damn it. You can just get the fuck out now.
So I notice the bees in the hive, and is there a hive? Sorry, I put that
no,
in. Okay, just bees.
It seems like they might be like working on
Okay.
a hive, but not currently like
Gotcha.
a full blown nest.
You see
Gotcha.
the worker bees.
So I take a mental note of that and think it's strange as I head toward the noise in the crowd to see if I can figure out what's happening.
Okay. So, Nikitas.
There's a lot of noise. I have a whistle now.
Is this also an illusion?
No, that's a real whistle. So basically, Bion and I are starting to lose it, because I think that the crowd starts to keep growing, and we're trying our best to keep people back. We suddenly come home with the realization that we're like the only security guards in this entire Olympics. So we're just trying to, like, we're not even focusing too much on the crime scene as much as we are trying to focus on keeping people away from the crime scene and just trying to get them to, like, walk away. Like, I can imagine I'm casting friends on everybody and just trying to, like, gently, like, suggest to them to, like, hey, go away. Hey, this isn't safe for you to see. Hey, there's children here. Turn them away. And then, so I imagine I'm just, like, keep casting friends on everybody. And then they realize a minute later that I casted it on them and then they get mad at me.
And Bion just has like his hammer out, but holding it at arm's length, almost like a barricade of his own. And he's just quoting the laws. Like, Section Zeta 713 says, you must stay within 60 feet distant from any crime scene. This is a violation. Just to everyone in the vicinity. And he keeps like it's almost like a broken record. He just kind of keeps quoting that same law over and over to every individual he sees.
And I just shake my head and I say, the more laws, the less justice. Hashtag Marcus Tullius. So where he's all law-based, I'm more like morality and ethics-based.
Right.
Not so much laws.
Yeah.
So that's where we differ, but we both have the same agenda at
Sure.
the end of the day.
Yeah, you have your separate methods and ethics, but still the same goal.
Is there like any way that Bion and I can like shout out to the crowd for anybody to step up and help us out? Just saying, like, hey, is there any bystanders here that could just help us form a perimeter so that we can focus in on doing an actual investigation of whatever it is we see here?
So you notice the lizard folk kind of standing less nervously, more calm, just off to the side, kind of by himself, and then Contos, what were
I
you?
imagine that I'm making my way towards the edge of the crowd.
Okay. And Contos, what?
Oh, that
What were you
calmness
again?
wears off after a minute, so...
Okay.
So there is this lizard folk who seems to be making his way over to the crowd, and this warforged who is staring up at the stands a little bit before turning towards the crowd and seeming like he's coming to investigate as well.
We're losing sense of the situation here. We got to do something. We need like a distraction. We need something bigger to happen. I don't know. I started like casting prestidigitation to like make small little fireworks behind everybody. Like, oh, look over there! It's not working. They keep pressing in.
Actually, 1 second. Nate's having some...
Too late.
Oh, did you get it to work?
Barely.
Oh my god. Nate, I need you to take a picture of that and send it to me. So...
I'm sorry, it wouldn't open.
No, you're fine. He's got this, is it Crown Apple?
Yes.
Little Crown Apple, like, airplane shooter. And he tried biting it to get it open. He was trying to use a knife. And now he has, like, managed to make a hole in the top. So he's
True.
gonna, like, ketchup bottle this little
Barbarian
airplane shooter.
fashion.
You know
Yeah.
it. I'm getting in
He's
the
just
true
in character.
Yeah,
I am
exactly.
also getting into character.
I really like
By being nervous.
Exactly.
No, the way of the drunken
It's
master.
called method, guys.
Got him.
So Rick,
Yes.
is there a dead body here? So this whole time, I'm trying to like keep these people back from this crime scene. Did I even take a second to look and say like, is it actually a dead body, or is it like a spilled soda?
Oh no, there is 100% a dead body, but
Okay, good.
you initially were kind of focused on it, and Bion was doing crowd control, but as the crowd has grown, you definitely are more focused on keeping people kind of at bay.
All these rubberneckers.
Yeah.
That's me. It's just me. I'm making my neck rubber so I can, like, stretch.
That I'm just standing there at the edge, just surveying continually everyone
Okay.
to see what they're doing and what I can glean from that.
As you're looking around, most of the crowd is pretty focused on trying to get a peek at what's going on behind the police tape, which is definitely a thing at that period. Not anachronistic at all.
I'm a very progressive changeling in ancient Greece.
Exactly. Well, so, I mean, since this is New Alexandria, it's like, we can be a little more fuzzy with it. So, Kantos, you notice that there is a lizard folk. You had seen them kind of off by themselves with the human kind of bully type a few minutes before, and you see that they're now kind of at the edge of this group as well. But they're not so much focused on what's going on behind the tape. They're just kind of inching back and forth.
Yeah, I feel like that internally. I'm thinking, well, that's very odd. Something's going on there. Not ready to unpack that, and I like look around to see if anything else is that weird.
You notice, Raz, what do you look like currently?
Oh, a nightmare. I look like every other creature that I've seen so far melded together, but really tall, and my neck is a little longer than it should be, for sure.
Just paint me a picture of what kind of nightmare we're looking
Eric
at.
Andre. Nightmare.
Like dragonborn snout, but like elf ears, and then like halfling feet. Like just anything that you can think of, really.
You're just a
Trying to mimic,
Mrs.
like,
Potato
the-
Head,
Mrs.
aren't
Potato
you?
Head is what I was gonna say.
Yeah, like a broken Mr. Potato. So like the robot left arm, you know, like just as much as I can of any other creature I've seen that looked really cool. Like any cool feature, I was like, I want that one.
So, Kantos, you notice that like this strange mishmash in one person has your left arm. Like, your left arm is still attached, but they have the exact same left arm as you. You're like, I have seen that particular left arm before, and that is mine.
So I'm scanning, just kind of passively looking around, and like I do a double take, just flat out. Like, does it have like the same, like ruins or whatever is written on it?
And I'm just
It was
picturing.
exactly like it.
That's a nice bicep.
Ask if you can buy it.
And I'm picturing like from one of your eyes, probably like your right eye, like this little laser shooting out, which definitely also existed at that time. And like in your sight, you just have like little words, little Greek on the side and numbers and stuff like that. It's just processing like 100
dorky Google Glass.
Exactly. It's like 100% match. My arm.
Blink, blink, blink. All else of what I was looking at probably is just like gets fuzzy, and I zero in and I start to like make my way over because this is too crazy.
So, real quick, to reference the main campaign, Raz, what ass do you currently have?
Oh my god. I swear.
Probably like the nicest female dwarf ass that I've seen so far.
Assessment.
Yeah, so
Definitely Bion's ass. He's got the bootylicious
yeah,
booty
it's
slap.
so many C's on that thing. So, kind of on the like bottom left, at the edge of your sight, you see ass assessment, and it just says that it's off the charts. Like you see the infinity symbol as you're looking at this same changeling's ass.
I kind of just take my like hand and I just kind of like cover my eyes. Can do Warforged blink? Do they?
Oh yeah,
I think I just put my hand over my face and be like, okay, I'm gonna count to 3, and if I open my eyes again, is this still gonna be there, or did I get stung by one of those bees? What's happening?
Somehow the Warforged is like not only allergic but like hallucinogenic allergic to bees.
The one poison I'm not resistant to.
Yeah, like it is basically LSD for Warforged. That's now canon.
LSB.
Oh my
Who
god. Get out. Get the fuck
Leave
out.
now.
You know it's bad when more than one person tells you to leave.
No, that means my job is well done.
Yeah.
So,
Good job, Dad. All right. So we're gonna go back to Nikitas. You see these three individuals who seem like they're kind of handy. Two of them are pretty large. One of them, you are pretty sure is another changeling, and just kind of that like
It's really subtle, guys.
what gave it away?
you know, I mean, they could just be really, really weird, but you're pretty sure. They're just not as...
Sorry, I had 9 moms.
If I notice that is that's a changeling, I imagine as I look over that way, I start changing my face and morphing it to match.
Amazing.
And then wink like I got you, like I know you.
Yeah, like just
And I
two
go,
two
"Hey!"
nightmares.
And I guess I see the 3 tough bodies, and then I guess I call them over or try to get their attention, and definitely want to get the changeling attention as well.
Well, so
'Cause that's something scary that I think would scare the crowd away.
so the changeling is one of the 3. The other 2
Okay.
are like the tough ones, and the changeling, you just have that like, hey, we're the same.
Hello, fellow weird one.
Brother!
Hey, how's it going? I'm a little busy right now. As you can see, there's been a murder. Byron, just keep on that, keep it back. Listen, you don't have to have any insight into what happened here, do you?
I don't. It appears to be a body.
Okay.
Someone died.
You're right, and I take out my notepad. Looks like someone died. It's great stuff. It's great stuff.
And I imagine this
What
has
are you-
been
what are
like...
you- wait, what are you trying to do here? Like, what are you trying to do right now?
I think I'm trying to remember the protocols for this. We don't get a lot of murders in my line of work, so we're kind of trying to figure it out. Do you
What's
like
your line of work?
I point to my badge as a Securitas. I'm a detective for justice. I'm a
Not a lot of
custos.
murders in detecting.
No.
Okay.
I'm more of like a petty theft kind of detective.
So, what were you gonna ask?
I was gonna ask, do you have like a blanket or something I could toss over this body just so people don't look at it?
I don't. But hold on. Behind the, is there like a clear spot behind the crowd that's like
Yeah.
gathering around?
Yeah, I mean, there's...
Cool.
like before you entered this crowd and you were trying to make your way through, you noticed that I mean it was pretty like sparse outside of that.
All right. So, like 20 feet behind the crowd, I'm gonna cast Hunger of Hadar.
Okay.
It opens a gateway to the dark between the stars, a region infested with unknown horrors. It's a 20-foot radius sphere of blackness and bitter cold. It's filled
Why?
with whispers and slurping noises that can be heard up to 30 feet away.
So
I'm a little uncomfortable now.
What the fuck did we do to you?
Okay.
so what does it do to the people who see it or are nearby?
I imagine mostly I'm just trying to use it to cause a distraction. If anybody starts their turn in it, they take cold damage.
Okay. So Vaso,
I mean, it's a lot of like whispers and slurping noises and like strange lights and blackness.
okay. So Vaso, as you and your young rookie are kind of
We're looking
Perusing.
among the crowd, just
Yeah.
seeing if we see any loose pocket bags, we'll call
you
them.
are perusing the wares of these very rubbernecking rubes.
You know it.
And as you're doing this, you spot like a hefty purse, and you are kind of like elbowing, like, hey, you see that? But you
Mhm.
realize he's not there. And you see him in almost a trance, walking towards this black pit that has appeared. And you can hear him. He's saying, "The Nameless One. He calls me." And he's just walking straight towards it.
I quickly reach out to grab him, and like pull him the hell back. I'm just like, hey, bud, I don't know what the hell that is, but I don't care what just showed up. We might have just been drugged, but we've got some money here. Out of eternal pit of darkness and money, I'm choosing money. Let's go over here, bud.
How long does this spell last?
It lasts for up to a minute.
Okay.
So
So I'm gonna
I'm
say,
hoping it's enough to like distract the crowd away from like a singular body. That's my
Right.
goal with it.
is it a concentration spell?
It is, yes.
Okay. So as you reach out to grab him, also this just shadowy tendril reaches out and wraps around his waist and starts to pull him in, and you hear like this ominous deep chanting that seems beyond any comprehension and kind of makes you not want to fuck with it. Despite all of the things you have seen in your life, this kind of is out of your, like, you're out of your depth. You're out of your element, Donnie.
Okay. I guess I didn't. I thought I should have shared that I'm faithful to friends and whatnot, but I mean, if
He's a rookie.
if I'm that, you know, I mean, if I'm you know, that maybe a little frightened, and then this is also a rookie, maybe I'm like, all right, tentacle god monster, fine, you can have him. He's fucking new. He's a newbie. He was going for less than minimum wage. Don't know why, but yeah. So then I start looking around for the little purse myself, because I'm like, well, fuck it.
Right.
If he's gonna die, then I'm gonna do my own thing. Then,
Yeah,
'cause-
basically you're like, you know what, dude, he's the intern, have him.
Yep.
He couldn't make coffee for anything, so...
So I'm looking around where that purse is. Did it already get sucked in too, or can I not see it?
So, the others in the crowd see this black pit open, and they see this dude get sucked in, and it just... Everyone starts to panic, aside from, what, 4 of you?
Do I still
And
have
then
a handle
the
for
2 in the center. Like, everyone else starts to just scream and run away from it as fast as they can. As your rookie gets sucked in. And Raz, I assume you would see this guy get sucked in your black pit. What kind of reaction do you have as this crowd starts to run away in fear and this young lad gets probably murdered brutally?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious that he should have stayed away from it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I
I
was
feel like
gonna
it's not the type of thing that you should have gone there.
I want to say, hey, did they just murder that guy?
Bion is, like, unusually speechless. He's like, I don't know what law they're breaking, but I'm very uncomfortable with
I think
this.
it's interdimensional murder. It's got to be one of the subsections of the text.
Wait,
It's
was
in
this
there.
a part
I'm
of?
sure of it.
Was this a
I
part
will
of
turn
her?
around and I will
like,
say, I'm sorry that your laws don't cover interdimensional travel here.
He kind of, like, sputters and doesn't say actual words in response. What were you saying, Nate?
wait, so would I have like seen anyone like chant this, you know, or whatnot, you know, to cause this thing come up?
You
or-
were pretty focused on the purse
Okay,
and
fair.
the score, which now that score is gone, and you see a dwarf, this weird, ever-changing dude next to the dwarf, a even weirder nightmare mishmash with a great ass, kind of like facing towards where you are, but pretty close to the 2 who came and accosted you earlier. And then, kind of off to the side, like, somehow did not run with the rest of the crowd, you see 2 others. You see this man of metal and this man of lizard.
And I'm just looking around. I'm like, well,
All right, looks like we got the weirdos who ended up surviving all that. Except for you, you have a great ass. Not gonna lie. If you want to meet me later, not gonna lie, would be down. But otherwise, I might be getting out of here.
And
so.
Bion says, "You know, I appreciate that, but I don't swing that way. Thank you."
You do you, you know.
So,
But you better put that thing away. Not gonna lie.
You see.
I moved the mage hand like down to cover his butt. So you can't...
But it's just like the sensor bar from Cops.
Oh.
And
shit.
And I mean, you guys have probably, at least some of you, have seen dwarves before. They don't blush easily, but you just see he kind of blushes, and he's like holding his hammer between his legs, all bashful, like he's like, "Oh."
Oh, I'm so glad. I have the keen mind feed. I'm gonna remember that for now.
You're just gonna keep playing that scene over and over.
As
Yeah.
you step back and forth.
But so I am like getting more relieved as more of this crowd disperses. I'm less concerned about this big black hole of death, and the crowd's leaving, and I'm just very relaxed.
So, Raz, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would assume as the crowd has left and this dude gets sucked in, you probably end the spell, right?
Yeah, as soon as the crowd is like first, I would drop it.
Okay.
Cool.
So you're kind of watching this eerie black hole, and it just winks out of existence.
As that goes away, I'm even more relaxed.
Strangely, I don't know why that would make you uncomfortable. at all.
No idea.
So
Yeah.
weird.
I'm like, is there anywhere to get a drink around here?
Yeah, Eldritch horrors make no one
I
uncomfortable. What are you talking
find
about?
comfort in the writhing tentacles of the void. I'm not sure why everybody doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't everyone?
Tomato, potato.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, potato, tomato. Yep.
Oh man, Josh is gonna be so mad that other people are saying that now on a podcast. Nikitas, you now have free reign to investigate this body.
Finally, I walk over to the other changeling. I say, fellow changeling, I mean, I'm pretty sure you killed that guy, but you did give me a chance to breathe.
Do I overhear this?
And I can focus on the actual investigation. We'll call it even, okay? That's the moral balance of things.
Yeah,
I
definitely hear this.
I immediately overhear this conversation, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I go over to this changeling who you pointed to just caused this shit, and I'm like, you literally just killed one of my people.
Your intern.
He may have been an intern, but still, he was great at getting us wine, alright?
Yeah.
You literally did that.
Shit at coffee, great for wine.
I mean, we got about 20 more of them, but what the fuck?
So I'm watching.
I demand some sort of payment from this.
So I'm watching this.
Look at you and go, okay, and then turn around and ignore you.
Demos.
I'm watching this confrontation, and I'm just like, ha ha ha.
So all of you hear this really awkward, forced laughter from this lizard folk.
That's amazing.
And I turn around and I'm like, oh shit.
That's the laughter of guilt. I start like talking to Bion, and I'm like, I think we need to start making some arrests. Everybody here is suspect.
Bion immediately.
Can I tell that he's just like nervous laughing or like
Making arrests?
Hold on.
If you need to make arrests, you need to arrest her right there, alright? For pretty much just killing my freaking intern.
As he points
I
at
got it.
Raz.
I look
I'm
over
just
at
standing
you.
right here. I didn't kill anybody.
I saw the whole thing. I
You
look
saw
over at
something kill somebody. I didn't kill anybody.
I look over at Vaso, and I make sure that he still has his ribbons, so I know he's still following the rules. I like it. So he's safe for me. But
I didn't remove no
Bion,
ribbons. They look pretty.
Like, should we detain the changeling under suspicion of interdimensional murder?
So, as this like debate is going down, Bion is marching.
Bobby walks away.
Like Bion is marching. As you see, his feet are stomping down. Like every step is just blowing up dust. And he's making this cloud of dust as he walks over and clamps down cuffs onto Demos and says, "You, sir, are guilty of something. I know it. They do not call me Bion," whatever the fuck he is.
Judicious.
Yes, the judicious. They do not call me Bion the Judicious. They being everyone, not just me. They do not call me that for nothing. And he grabs in between, the chain of the cuffs and starts to drag you towards his partner.
And I'm just looking at... I'm looking at all this, and I'm just like, dude, your deputy has the wrong person. What are you doing? This is just a random...
Let the lizard go. The lizard's safe. I saw who killed that man.
Hi, bud. I think you got the wrong guy. I'm just a nervous
I
guy.
think he does too. Bion, let the lizard go.
And Bion looks at the only human in this group and says, "You don't know a goddamn thing. I'm the senior partner here, sir. Code 713-A-B 74 says..."
So, while you're saying
I'll say
that, I'm...
definitely sounded fake.
I'm looking it up in my law book right now.
So while
How about law-bitch? Let him the fuck go.
I can't read this. It's all Greek to me.
So while Bion's like quoting these laws, I'm looking at his buddy, and I'm like,
Who continues to change form.
yeah, he's got the wrong guy. This seems like excessive force.
I mean, I see that. Bion, you gotta stop, man. This is getting a little out of hand. You got the wrong person. Obviously, this misshapen thing caused the tentacles thing, killed the guy. The lizard's just awkward. There's no crime against being awkward.
I feel like your friend might be talking about the actual dead body that's right there and not the thing that you guys seem to think died, but there's no proof anywhere.
Alright, we'll come back to that. Can I actually take this opportunity to disregard what's going on? Bion can handle his own stuff. He's got his own laws, whatever. I'm going to do what I came here to do and investigate the body.
Absolutely.
All right, well, I'm going to offer you this. You let me take what's valuable off that dead body, all right, as payment for your other changeling friend over there, and I go on my separate way for you killing my intern.
Listen, you were trying to intimidate money out of somebody 10 minutes ago, so...
What are you talking about?
That was me.
Right here.
Everyone's correct, including Bion. I quit. I can't do
Do
this.
they know that? Or...
Anyway, so you rolled ridiculously high. Nikitas, you are looking at this body, and it is a young goblin, and you notice that he has one spot on his forearm, his left arm, that appears to be red and slightly swollen, as if from a bug bite or a sting.
Do I notice a beehive anywhere?
You do not, because you're focused on the body. But
Okay.
as you're looking at it, you notice the stinger in this swollen wound, with the entrails dangling from it.
Ugh.
And you know that a bee sting killed him. Kantos?
So this is less a murder. This is less likely a murder than the ethereal tentacles coming out of space killing that guy.
That was pure accident.
This was
Pure.
an accident.
It's all right. It's an intern. Nobody cares. Apparently, this kid matters more.
Hey,
So
hey,
You
Taiki.
can't prove anything.
Yeah, Taiki, the goddess of luck, Nicholas's goddess, says that's some bullshit. So
Can I roll a nature check investigating the wound to see if there was anything abnormal about the sting?
You can, but you can roll with disadvantage.
14 and a 21, so 14.
Jesus. You don't notice anything suspicious. I mean, it's a little unclear whether this would have been just dumb luck or intentional. So you feel like you definitely need to ask around.
Okay. And in all my studies, have I ever heard of a serial killer going around murdering people with these things?
It would definitely be a first for New Alexandria.
Okay.
Kontos.
So Kontos, between closing, like putting his hand over his face, and then the crazy dark hole spell tentacle thing, everyone running away, looking at all the crazies around him, like just looking back and forth between all of this.
Have you had your eyes covered for
No, I'm just from that
multiple
moment.
minutes?
That's
Okay.
where I left him
Okay.
off.
Yes, Tinker Gadget, but I mean that's kind of an exception.
He's an exception, you're right.
But considering Akmon and his naivety, I would not be surprised.
No. So yeah, from that moment, just taking everything in, like head darting back and forth to all these different conversations, things that are happening, and I just stride forward to Razdaz and like, okay, I have a couple questions for you, and I point at Bion, like, and you, I don't know where you store your laudacity, but you gotta let Bions be Bions, and this lizard isn't doing anything to you. They're distressed, leave them alone. And I turn back to Razdaz and I go, number one, where did you get my arm? And number two, did you are you responsible for these bees and the black hole and everything crazy about this town?
And Bion just immediately tags onto that. It's like, and my ass!
Okay, first of all, it's not your ass. Okay. And I just liked your arm. I can change it if it bothers you. I didn't mean to steal it. I just thought it was cool.
I look down at my arm and kind of puff up a little bit. You thought it was nice?
I do. That's why I have it. I only took the coolest qualities I found today. So your arm was definitely top tier because you got a whole limb.
The words top tier just resound through his metal brain and just gets very, very happy, kind of glowing. And it's she thinks I'm top tier.
Do you have a jewel in your chest that kind of lights up a little bit, maybe Iron Man style?
Does Raz have anything from Demos?
Yeah, I mean, do you have anything from Demos or from Phastos?
Does the lizard folk have a tail?
Absolutely.
Then I would definitely have a tail.
Okay,
Ass
I'm
with
not
the
offended
tail.
then. I'm 100% not offended.
Okay, so everyone but the other changeling and the generic, non-specific human.
Yeah, sorry.
You have
Sorry.
your armpit, your right armpit is
oh no,
human.
no, my right knee is.
Oh my god, it's an armpit!
No, she said right knee. So
Oh,
Pit.
Right knee.
yeah, the knee pit, just the knee pit.
Yeah, the knee pit. Yeah, not the knee, just the knee pit.
Exactly.
what is that called? A
And to
popliteal?
your other question,
Wait, what?
I
I can't remember what that's called.
Nate is sciencing us all right now with
Oh
his
my mind.
scientific names for the knee pit.
Up in here?
Yeah,
Up in here.
popliteal fossa. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Nice.
I can't believe I remembered that.
I'm so proud of you.
I can't believe you did either, because I've never heard that in my entire life.
I got
the only
100%
one
on my
I know
anatomy
is that,
quiz, and
that
I didn't
skin
get
on
that.
the end of your elbow
The
is
weenus?
the weenus.
Yeah.
that's the only one I know.
I know that because it was a thing on Geckos and Grottos when we were on there.
Oh, I know that from high school or middle
I mean,
school.
I also knew that from like high school or middle school as well, but like that was what reminded me was when we were on and that was one of your cards. Was
I grabbed.
I don't know
Princess
how the
Venus
hell I
all
pulled
the
that
time.
out of my ass. but
Was
fuck.
was it Athena's Venus?
No, I think it was I think it was like the touch of Achilles.
Yeah.
Instead of the Achilles heel, her weakest point of her body was the Venus.
Mhm.
That's fantastic. I
Weak
had-
Venus.
Vulnerability otherwise.
So, Kantos, do you mention in your embarrassment of being complimented that your arm was imitated? Do you mention the bees that you saw at all?
That was
yeah,
the second
you did.
question I
That's
asked
a very
Oh,
good
okay.
question.
to. Yeah.
So, as to the other part of your question, I don't know anything about bees. I don't know if I've ever even seen a bee. Honestly, I don't know. And the void, I don't know if I did on purpose. That's all.
That's fair. I mean, number one, bees are very cute. You absolutely should see one. I'm happy to show one to you. If you would like later. I just saw some over there on the stands. If you would like to see some.
Like right near here? Where
Yeah. Just
this person is that's been stung?
someone's been stung.
I repeat the question. Someone's been stung.
So, as all of
Stung
this,
by what?
so as all of this goonery, absolute fuckery is going on, just people complimenting each other's random ass body parts. Only one of them being an ass.
And that one's not from any of you.
That was for me.
Or no.
No, it's from a female.
No, the compliment though.
Maybe you thought that Bion was a female from behind.
Oh, maybe. You're right.
You know, the beard being unisexual is a little confusing.
Throws you off.
Sexual.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're
a
right.
little
You're right.
confusing.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. So, as all of you guys are just kind of bonding
Bumbling.
weirdly over the most random bullshit, as is Hammer of the Gods style.
Life.
Yeah. That is how true friends are made, right there. As all of this is going on, you hear a voice.
And a hiccup.
Yes, a voice and a hiccup. The hiccup coming from the lizard folk. You hear a voice from behind all of you saying, I know exactly who did this. And that's where we're going to end the session.
There was the hiccup.
What? On a cliffhanger?
I would never. Not even once.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that it was a bee. Pretty sure
Agatha
it was a
Christie.
bee.
Hey, we already referenced Agatha Christie once.
Alright, but it's Agatha Christie and Doctor Who whenever the bee kills everyone.
Yes, exactly.
How'd you know?
I just watched a lot of Doctor Who, okay?